My name's Mayanehi, but I go by May, and I'm a back-end developer at Stack. I have immigrant parents, being like very academically inclined people. They were pretty much just saying, be a doctor. So I went to school to be a doctor, and then halfway through I realized that I don't actually want to do this, so I switched into double major with computer science. Every once in a while now, even though I've been working for like 8 years, my dad will tell me to go back to school. So coming out of university, I moved downtown, struggling to keep up with paying the bills, credit cards, and OSAP, et cetera, et cetera. One year I went into my boss's office at the time, and I essentially demanded a raise. He gave me a 5K raise. And any sane person would be like, okay, you have a little bit more money, now you should probably start paying off some of the things that you can't keep up with. But being I think I was like 24 at the time, I was just like, 5K a year works out to roughly, $250 a month, net. Well, a new motorcycle is like $180 financed. So in retrospect, probably not the best idea. I kind of had to figure out how to budget going forward. I started seeing what I needed to save in order for, it to have been considered a successful year for me. And I kind of just tried to stick to that. As far as saving goes, I realized a lot of it comes down to sacrificing on certain things that you don't really need for you to be able to put aside that money for something that you might want a little later on. But in that process, I realized there are certain things that I don't want to sacrifice on. I just don't like packing a lunch. But if I'm not gonna do it, I better find a way to make enough money that that's not gonna, hurt me. Moral of the story is, sacrifice where you can, and if you've made strong decisions that you can't sacrifice on a certain thing, then make sure that you can cover it in your budget. Money is kind of like freedom, the more of it that you have, the more of your own time you can buy back. At 22, I would tell myself, before you buy that motorcycle, set up a budget and you'll be able to affordably save towards that motorcycle goal without having to, defer bill payments or any of the other important stuff. It's a more financially responsible approach to making those impulse purchases. Yeah, actually, I ride it. And I finally, so the financing term was I think it was 5 years. And so I finally paid it off a couple years ago. So now I'm riding it for free, minus the gas. But yeah, it's great. I'm waiting to bring it out, actually. I'm waiting for spring.